Hello, everybody. Oh, we're gonna have to do a little bit better than that. Hello, everyone. We are so excited to be here all the way from California with a fun surprise today. Want to kick it off? So our screen is a little bit dark, so we ask you to use your ojos to really look closely. These are our pictures, but you can see us here in real life, so it's okay. And you guys got a small introduction, but just to formally say it, my name is Tom Sharon, and I work in global business at Google. And my name is Ricardo Orna. I work in staffing. That means I hire people to work at Google. I actually keep the lights on, so don't code anything. So this is a little bit about my story. I want to tell you all a little bit about me. First of all, I was actually born in Peru. Does anyone know what continent Peru is in? You can just call it out. South America. Excelente, muy bien. So I was born in South America, and then I moved to Florida. Has anyone ever heard of Disney? Yeah, so that was my backyard, basically. I got to go to Disney. Now, after being in Peru and Florida, I went to college, and like the principal said, I was a Spanish teacher for 3 años, 3 years. Had a great time. I taught pre-K through 8th grade, so this looks very familiar to me. After teaching for 3 years, I moved to Los Angeles, which is in what state? California, muy bien. And I worked in entertainment, so I actually got to go to award shows, and I got to interview celebrities and be on red carpets. I didn't know that. That's so cool. Okay. So it goes to show you, whatever you want to do when you're older, you can do it, okay? And then after doing that in Los Angeles, I moved to San Francisco, where I now work at Google on the YouTube team. Has anyone heard of YouTube? Yeah, so I work on the YouTube. Very cool. So a little bit about me. And now we're gonna let Tom introduce himself. Yes. So again, I'm Tom. I am from not too far away from New York City. Let me not block this. I went to Wesleyan University up in Connecticut, Middletown, Connecticut. Fun fact about Middletown, Connecticut, if you ever go there, it is the middle town between Boston and New York. Dwight has its name, so one fun fact you'll ever get for Middletown, Connecticut. I studied philosophy and economics, and I work in Google as an associate account strategist. This is actually my team here. This is our Christmas photo. We have lots of bears around. There's actually my friend Chris wearing a full banana costume. We have a lot of fun, which is really the point. And aside from that, I don't have a background in entertainment, but I am a singer. And actually, I'm also a guitar player. So my background before Google was a big love of music. So that's playing music, listening to music. I mean, like, still, to this day, my neighbors hate me. I'm constantly blasting music and singing along, and I don't hold back. I sing. So yeah, I really love music, but that's a little bit about me, Ricardo. Why don't you go ahead? So guys, what we're really here to talk about is, have any of you ever Googled something? Cool. Not too surprising, right? Search was the first thing that we built as a company back in 1998. And it's what we're most known for, Googling. But since then, we've created a lot of amazing products, like YouTube, like Gmail, and even self-driving cars called Waymo. We have a short video that shows a little bit more about where we come from, how we got started, and where we are today. Ricardo, you want to play it for us? Yeah. It's a little dark, but let's see if you can listen.
We didn't start out as a conventional company, and we never followed a normal path.
What is our mission? Basically, we want to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful.
On the one hand, it was a perfect description of what we were trying to accomplish in search. And yet, it was also so broad as to leave the door open for all the many directions we wanted to go in the future.
We set out to do something really useful for people, and all other things began to follow.
Alright, so here we are, one of the elephants.
I don't think any of us possibly could have seen where this story was going to go.
It may sound nuts, but it's often easier to make progress on mega ambitious goals than on less risky projects. Few people are crazy enough to try, and those are usually the ones you want to work with.
What if distance wasn't a barrier to exploring our world?
Can we bring the internet to the 5 billion people who don't have it today?
如果世界上每一个人会说每一种语言，那会是什么？
What if everyone in the world could speak every language?
What if everyone could make a living doing what they love?
Everybody ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
almost everything we do is an experiment in some way, shape, or form. Everything has some aspect of the unknown. You're probably going to fail a few times before you succeed.
And now the car is in control.
Google car in front of us!
One of the things that's unique here is we always tend to ask the question, how can we make it better? So there's always this sense of optimism and curiosity that you can make a difference.
If our ambition is to create products that have planetary impact, it's not good enough to just solve it for some people. You have to solve it for absolutely everyone.
The unifying theme, if there is one, is seeing something that doesn't work that well and trying to use technology to make it better.
Wow, I heard it. That is fantastic.
How do we get deeper into the problems that really, really matter to people and to the world?
Just because we've been successful in the past doesn't mean we're preordained to succeed in the future. That's why we need to keep on asking the big questions and work really hard to find the best answers.
So guys, big video, fun video, but did you know that Google was actually started by 2 students? Our founders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, were actually still in college, PhD/college, when they started Google. So we definitely know the power of students' imagination. Students' imagination, again, is what built our company in the first place. And we have our theme for Doodle for Google this year is what inspires us. And what inspires us is students, actually just like you. We received over 200,000 Doodle submissions this year from students from all across the country in schools just like yours. And we actually have another short little video that will take a look inside classrooms all over the world to see exactly all the different ways that we use to learn from our students.
This is how we learn. Here, and here, and here. From each other.
We're going to skip that video just a second. Small technical difficulties happen at Google too. Go loose or something. You know, the funny thing about this is, like, people think that because we're at Google, like, we have no technical problems. We have so many technical problems. This is, like, pretty normal for us. So while we're waiting, we're going to play a little game, and I want you all to guess how many people you think work at Google. So I need you to levanta la mano if you want to guess how many people work at Google. We'll start right here in the front. How many people work at Google?
2.
2? There are 2 of us here, but it's a little bit more than 2. Imagine. Let's get my friend right here in the red. 100. Getting closer. We're going to need a little bit more. Let me get my friend right here in the blue. 110. And we're going to need to think a little bigger. Little bigger. How about my friend right here in the yellow in the front? 200,000. Ooh, it's actually a little less. Down. It is 90,000 Googlers around the world. There are 90,000 of us. And to show you how all these 90,000 Googlers learn, we're going to continue our video. Love it.
From each other. From experience. This is how we learn. And this is how we learn. By listening. By reaching out. Because the more we see, the more we understand. The more paths we explore, the further we'll go. The classroom isn't just a room with 4 walls. It's anywhere, anytime, and it's big enough for all of us. When you give students access to the whole world, you give them the power to affect it.
Un aplauso, por favor.
I love how we're making in the Spanish lesson at the same time. Thank you, Ricardo. So, how do we actually make these doodles? All these doodles? Well, they normally run for just about a day, which means we've made quite a lot of them. Quite a lot. And we actually have a whole team dedicated to making doodles. Can anybody actually guess what our doodle team is called? In the red over there? Yeah. One more time, what was it? Close. Close, one more guess. How about there in green? They're called doodlers. Doodlers. Our doodlers are called doodlers. When you're new to Google, you're called the noogler. We're all called googlers. We have a lot of fun with the Oodle.
If you're a dog at Google, guess what you're called if you're a dog at Google?
I like that.
You're a doogler. And we have a lot of dogs at Google.
But the point is, guys, they're not just engineers. They're artists, they're designers, and they're behind all the fun drawings you see on our homepage, right above the search bar. Sometimes they're just drawings. Sometimes they're interactive. You can play with them, you can play music. Sometimes they're like made of pumpkins. They come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. So what really actually makes a doodle a doodle? Well, we're always learning because the world is always changing. One thing that's always changing are our doodles.
We asked what you wanted to know about the Google Doodles. You gave us a ton of questions, and here now are a bunch of doodlers with their answers to your questions. What was the inspiration behind the first ever doodle?
Back in the day when Google was a very young company, the 2 founders were going out of office, and they found a fun way to sort of do an out-of-office message, was to put a little Burning Man emblem behind one of the O's, because that's where they were going.
Something kind of cool and symbolic about that is it literally was like a person behind the logo. The reaction was so positive that we were able to then like start a whole program. The early doodles were like 1 letter replacement, but then it was like celebrating individuals that were really cool, expanding internationally, and then why not an animation? Like, well, it's on the internet, it's interactive, why not a game? Why not a video? Why not something you can put on your phone?
What inherent qualities do you all think makes for a good doodle?
A good story.
You know, like one day it's about dance, one day it's about science, one day it's about pop culture, like another day it's a national holiday.
Where does your inspiration come from for each doodle?
Like, I think kind of everything can be inspirational.
A lot of times our research starts with a Google search, to be totally honest. There's like a trove of stuff to be inspired by.
What's the most unique doodle you've ever worked on?
I worked on the Women's Day doodle. That I think was a unique doodle because it was so participatory. There was a lot of going to places and talking to people. It was in the moment. A lot of our doodles are looking back on history, which is really exciting. But the Women's Day doodle is actually even looking forward.
Part of our shtick is like, you never know when we're going to strike. But what we constantly are looking for is, what are things we've never done before? How do you share a human moment from behind the screen to the person on the other side? And there's really no shortage of ways you can do that.
All right, so that is a little bit about our doodles. Gracias, gracias. Now, we do have professionals that work on doodles, but it's not just professionals. We also have students that works on doodles. We think that students are very creative. Who here likes art? Who here likes to draw? Who likes music? Who likes coloring? Yeah, so we realize that. We have students that are amazing artists. So we created a competition called Doodle for Google. And this competition allows students like all of you to submit your own doodle. And this year we had, as Tom said, over 200,000 students submit their favorite doodle, their art. And so what we're gonna do right now is gonna show you how many years we've been doing this. This is our 10th year doing this Doodle for Google competition. And this year, we actually had a lot of celebrities help us judge. So I judged a little bit, Tom judged a little bit. You can see there's some artists here, Neil Patrick Harris, Ty Burrell, they're actors. Did anyone watch the Olympics? If you watch the Olympics, Lori Hernandez, she's a gymnast, so she was one of our judges as well. So we had a lot of celebrity judges, and actually, we have a Vermont winner, and the Vermont winner is in this room, and that's why we're here. And so we are here to present one winner in this room who had the best doodle in the entire state of Vermont. I see some whispering. People are wondering who is the winner. Well, we have some hints. We have some hints to see if you all can guess who this winner is. So we're going to start with our first hint. This winner loves cats.
Me too.
This winner loves cats. It may be me. It may be me because I love cats. So yeah. This could be me.
Unpopular opinion. Cats are better than dogs.
Let me know when you're ready for the second hint. Okay, we're ready in the front. Okay, thank you. I like your participation. Hint number 2. This winner plays basketball. Oh.
That was telling, I think.
Oh. I see some basketball players down here, maybe here. Okay. Over there. You ready for a third hint? This winner is in Miss Daly's homeroom. No, wait. Before we make the big announcement, I need 2 volunteers to come help me in the front reveal our big doodle. Let's see who's been quiet. I think this young man and this young lady have been very quiet. We'll bring them up to the stage. And I know that you all listen to your teachers, right? Are you all ready to find out who the winner is? In order to find out who the winner is, we're going to need a drum roll. All right, our winner for the state of Vermont is Devin Hogan! Come on up, Devin, come on up!
Look at that doodle.
Now, as you all remember in the presentation, the theme was, what inspires me? So we're just going to quickly ask Devin a little bit about his doodle and what inspires him.
I'm not very good at speeches, but so I chose architecture for something that inspires me because I always thought that architecture can be beautiful and people with all our flaws can create something so beautiful. So
that's wonderful. So congratulations, Devin, on being the Vermont State winner. Now we have a task for all of you in this room, for your friends, for your parents, for your neighbors. There is public voting for the national finalist, and it begins on May 7th and ends on May 18th. So we need everyone in this room to tell all their friends and all their family members to vote for Devin, so Vermont can be one of the 5 finalists. If that happens, we have a really, really big treat for Devin. So can you all do that? Can you tell your friends to vote? Very good. So we'll make sure your teachers know, but it's going to be doodleforgoogle.com to cast your vote. Doodleforgoogle.com, and again, you want to find Devin's doodle, which is right there. It's beautiful. Vote for that. And with that, we want to thank you all for having us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
I think you just hold the shirt out just so we can see your doodle along with your certificate. That would be awesome. Excellent.
And before we leave, wanted to get your attention, we have a couple little surprises for Devin. So as you can see, Devin is holding his shirt with his very own doodle on top of it, which is amazing. He also gets a bag with his own doodle on it. We have an even bigger prize. He gets his own laptop. And we also understand that we had a very influential art teacher here who participated and helped us get here. So can we please call Crystal? Crystal, I didn't know! We have something for you too.
To thank you for all your work, we have a plaque for you for all the work that you've done with them. So let's give her a round of applause. And here we also have Devin's family. If they can come up to the front as well, so we can take some pictures.
Come on up. You're shy.
You just want to stand in front of the projector, that way his doodle isn't blocked. Yeah, scoot everybody. Awesome. Yeah, you're good, like right there. We're just trying to get everybody down this way. So.
Should we move the podium?
I think we should. Congratulations to Devin and his family, right? Yeah. More Matt. And a special thank you to our Googlers for being with us and for giving us our t-shirts.